What is going on, people? Today I am finally getting into my review of the Men in Black trilogy in 4K. I got it all coming up for you guys next. So the Men in Black trilogy in 4K, I'm just going to lump all the movies in one review, and I will not be reviewing the Blu-rays. I just feel like those are older Blu-rays, and that is something that you guys don't want to hear me talking about, and I have a lot more content coming to you guys, so I kind of just don't have time to talk about that at this particular point in time. I'm just going to run through the 4K transfers because that is what you guys really want to hear me talk about, because that's the new and cool thing that's out this week. And all these transfers come across really great here, with Men in Black, the original film, being the highlight, definitely. That movie has been meticulously recreated in 4K, and I feel like it is just such a sharp and crisp transfer for something that came out in 1997. I know that's not a particularly old movie, but at the same point in time, I mean, HD wasn't even around, or high definition wasn't even around at that particular point in time. Never mind 4K, and I just feel like it looks so damn good here. This transfer is crisp. This transfer is vibrant with the HDR enhanced color palette that is here. It definitely has that oomph that it needs to push it to the point where you definitely have a value in actually picking this up just for this upgrade in the first Men in Black film alone. The way that the suits look in Men in Black, and the way that they stick out from the black backgrounds, and just the way that the overall color palette looks with the CGI created monsters that are here, it is all just really wrapped up in a great package that I would consider is a lot more consistent than the Blu-ray counterpart of the original Men in Black. And it is just a really cool thing to come back to for people that haven't seen this movie in a long time. And the sequels are really good here, and I definitely feel like the CGI in Men in Black 2 is a problem, and still is a problem with this transfer. I feel like that is an inherent problem with the movie itself, and I don't feel like you could ever fix it unless you actually went back and redid the CGI, and that's not going to happen for a movie like Men in Black 2. But at the same point in time, it definitely gets an HDR boost with the upgraded color palette here. The whites are more crisp and vibrant, and the blacks definitely separate from the black backgrounds here. And I definitely feel like, in general, the transfer for Men in Black 2 is the weakest one out of the three, but at the same point in time, it definitely still is worth picking up for people that I guess would like it. And then you have Men in Black 3, which is the newer movie out of the three, and it definitely looks the most crisp and the most vibrant, and it benefits the most from HDR just because of the fact that, I mean, it is the newest movie, and it is very flashy, and it actually has a different color palette for the 60s, which gives it that leg up also. I feel like once you get to the 60s in this movie, it has a different color palette and a more orangey hue to it, and yeah, it definitely comes across really well here. And for that, I have to give the overall transfers for all three films a 9 out of 10. This is one of the better 4K up conversions of older films that you will see this year. So next, I'm going to be getting into the audio of Men in Black, and they have been given the Dolby Atmos treatment, and I can't wait to talk about it. Coming up next. So the entire Men in Black trilogy have been given the Dolby Atmos treatment, and you know I love to talk about Dolby Atmos tracks, and these tracks definitely remind me of why I love talking about them, especially the track for the first Men in Black film. They definitely have focused so much on that film and how it sounds, and it is so much more vibrant and full of life here than ever before because of this Dolby Atmos track. You definitely get a lot of action in your height speakers. I was very surprised with that, and it is all well integrated, and this whole entire track feels very expansive. And the same goes for Men in Black 2 and Men in Black 3. They both have some really, really robust and really great audio here, and it definitely feels a very like a very dynamic track, and it definitely feels like they have really given these audio tracks a boost, with one exception, and that is the actual dialogue in Men in Black 3. I don't know what the hell happened, but it definitely seems a lot more toned down than the other films, and I definitely had to find myself turning the volume up for the more talking moments, and that is just a little ding that I have against that particular Dolby Atmos track. And for that, I'm going to have to give the overall Dolby Atmos for Men in Black a 9 out of 10. So next we're going to be getting into the special features for the Men in Black trilogy, and I got it all coming up for you guys next. So the special features for the Men in Black trilogy in 4K, we definitely have a whole hell of a lot of special features in this box set, and a lot of them have to do with the original Men in Black. You have not one, but two commentaries, and one is actually with the director and Tommy Lee Jones. I feel like a lot of films don't get Tommy Lee Jones to actually be on the commentary tracks. I feel like this is actually the first one that I've heard, and he definitely has his things to say about the movie, and he says them in his very dry way, but he is passionate about this first film, and yeah, I enjoyed listening to him talk about his experiences on Men in Black. And that is definitely my choice if you are looking to pick one of the commentaries that you should listen to. You have a ton of featurettes to look into here. You have one that goes into converting the comic book into a film, and you definitely get that perspective of it, and you definitely get the visual effects of the film, and you get the actors talking about their experiences. You get a whole lot of featurettes here, and they are all informative, and with that and the deleted scenes, this is definitely worth picking up for just the special features on this Men in Black disc alone. And then there are a decent amount of special features on Men in Black 2 and Men in Black 3. You have the traditional featurettes that deal with the actors talking about the film. You have, of course, they go into the special effects of both films. And yeah, there are a decent amount of special features on those two discs as well, including music videos. Because one thing that I didn't know is for Men in Black 2, Will Smith actually decided to do a song for that movie, just like he did a song for Men in Black, but it was largely buried because I don't feel like it's that good. It's kind of like Will Smith trying to do hardcore rap, and it's just a funny thing to see. So there are a lot of special features here for you guys. You won't be disappointed, and for that I have to give them a 9 out of 10. This is just something that you don't see every day, where a lot of special features are crammed into a box set. So next I have my last looks and my overall grade for the Men in Black trilogy in 4K. I got it all coming up for you guys next. So going back to these Men in Black films, it was a mixed bag for me, to say the least. The first film I loved as a kid and still do love, and I feel like I am going to be watching it a lot more often now. And then you have Men in Black 2 and Men in Black 3. Those movies, I really did not like Men in Black 2. I really despise that movie for what it is. It is a limp version of that first film. and something that they didn't try hard at all. And then you have Men in Black 3, and they did try harder, and they introduced the young Agent K with Josh Brolin, and he was a lot of fun and some real fresh juice for this franchise. But ultimately, it was a forgettable film for me. So if you guys didn't know, I did individual reviews for the individual films, and when you add up all the scores I did in those videos, it would roughly average out to a 6 out of 10, which would give this entire box set a 34 out of 10. It's not that bad, and hey, if you like these films, go pick this up because this is something really cool. Comment below if you are excited about this Men in Black release, or if you're excited about me reviewing Star Wars. Leave your comments below. I want to know what you guys think about what I'm actually doing here, and if you like what I'm doing, comment below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching my videos. You guys are great, and I will see all of you next time.